Greetings, the Astro 30 here. I tried sleeping before and it wasn't working, but the time has come to assemble this stupid clock kit. Now, I'm going to have a bit of a problem here because the glue is filled in the holes that I need to pass components through. So I really don't know how well I'm going to be able to solder with super glue all over the circuit board. So I'll just try soldering through super glue, which looks like it will, but the fumes coming off of it is pretty toxic. So yeah, you can just solder to it, but I've got to clear some of these holes because it's going to be rather impossible to pass components or even link-wise through it with super glue in the hole. So what do I do about that? Good question. So if I take a bit of link wire, put it up to where the hole needs to be, and then heat the wire, and then just do that for each of the holes, that'll clear the super glue out of the hole so I can pass components through. Penis. I believe that's all the holes cleared of super glue, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by mounting all the link wires I need to put on here, and then I'll move on to, well, the light emitting diodes. So I'll come back when I've got the link wires done. It's not so bad soldering to it with super glue on there. It just takes a little bit more effort to get it to adhere properly, but yeah, it is going through the super glue. So that joint looks like crap. There we go. Yeah. The joints don't look too bad. That's 3 of them done. That's all the link wires on the broken side done, so that will help hold it nice and together there. So now all I've got to do is finish off the rest of them. Okay, that was a big pain in the ass. But the even biggest pain in the ass now to come is to solder all these blue LEDs in here. Now that's going to be fun, because there's a lot of them, 160 I think. And yeah, well, obviously the shortest lead's going to be the cathode, so say for instance you're looking over here, you would mount it that way around. So I'm actually probably just going to put them flush with the board. I'm not really particularly fussed. So yeah, I won't start there though. I'll start on the damaged side, the hardest side first. Wish me luck. Okay, I got 1 digit done. That was a considerable pain in my cock. So now I'll do the other 3. Okay, that's all the LEDs soldered into the display board. Even got some of them left over. Now it's time to turn my attention to the display board here. I mean the main board. So as usual, I'm going to start with the resistors. Looks fairly straightforward. I can't get the bag open. Okay, that's all the resistors installed. I seem to have 2 resistors left over, one 100 ohm and one 10k. Okay, someone can't count parts properly. So I'm going to move on to the 2 rectifier diodes that they've supplied. I think they're just 1N4007s, yeah. Yes, I'm bending them by hand because, well, we're real men. We don't need to use pliers. Yowie, that's still hot. Okay. This runs on, just notice this runs on, yeah, AC 12 volt, 0 AC 12 volt center tap. I'm just wondering if this will run on DC. It should do. So next I'm going to insert the two IC sockets for the ICs. So the GSM 1224 goes on that side. Because of course it's underneath the IC socket. Although you can see it through the hole, so that's not too bad. Now I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, now for this battery holder. It doesn't even seem to fit through the holes. Okay, I had to enlarge those two holes to 1mm each because, well, the legs wouldn't fit through properly. Okay, that's the battery holder installed. Now I need to, well, I've got one ceramic cap, 104 to mount, so I might as well mount him. Now I've got some transistors and a regulator to mount, so I might mount the regulator. Okay, that's the regulator mounted. There's two different types of transistors, an A733, I remember those transistors from my early days of electronics, and two M2222s. So I'm just going to sort them out into each relevant one. Penis. Okay, all that's left now is two electrolytics, a 10 microfarad 25 volt and a crappy looking 1035, and two tactile switches. So, well, it doesn't really matter which way around these go because, well, both connections are shorted together anyway on either side, so, and they only fit long ways in here, they don't fit any other way on the board, so again, I'm getting the feeling that these holes are too small. Because it shouldn't be that tough to get in. There we go. Note to the Sri Lankan dude that made this, make the holes bigger, will you? And that would be the assembly complete. Well, almost. because I've still got to do the interconnecting wires between the control board and the display board. So, but for now I will stick this GSM chip in. At least all the parts were here. I even had spares, so I'm quite happy about that. Just making sure that that went in properly and that didn't bend a pin or something over. And now for this chip, which is a Toshiba ULN2803 APG. Which is a clock driver, or a matrix driver I should say. Now I can't get the bloody thing in the bloody hole. Probably because I farted and Toshiba doesn't like farting. Gee, really? Jeez, I've never had so much trouble inserting one frickin' IC. What the hell's going on here? Huh. And just for a quick note here, there is 142 LEDs on this board, so that was time consuming, the most time consuming. It took me a good hour and a half, including mucking around trying to get this end of the board to solder where it was broken. After all that effort, I hope it works. And so this is another reason why I bought this ribbon cable, because this is perfect for that. And yeah, I've got plenty of conductors there. I need 8 by the looks of things there, and 4 there. Okay, that was harder than necessary, but both boards are now interconnected. So what I need to do now is hook up a power supply to it, and we'll see if this was well worth the 2.5 hours I just spent doing it. Well, I hope this works first go and I've got all the LEDs around the right way, or else it's not going to be very interesting. So I got it set to plus minus 12 volt. That should be about roughly where it is. I might actually drop that to about 7. Turn him on. Well, I've got a flashing coal in at least. Except the rest of the display does not seem to light up. At 12 volts it does, but I'm only getting, well, I have no idea. This actual display section over here is not working. So we'll turn the lights out. You can see, yeah, it's not working right at all. Yep, no, this is not working at all. So this segment doesn't work either. Why did it do that? Well, a clock it is not. Piece of junk it is. I don't even know why it's doing that. As soon as you set the hours, So I set it to 1, it goes over to there. Then it becomes 10. So whoever programmed this frickin' processor is an idiot. I reckon probably because this segment here is dead, that might be because one of these LEDs has probably been back to front. That's what I think of that. Has anyone got any ideas? Because I don't. So one of these LEDs is probably backwards, but that's why this display doesn't work. I don't know, but you can't set the hour properly because it just does that. So now it's now 10 o'clock. Well, it reckons it's 10 o'clock. Because as soon as I do that, now it's doing that. Oh, excuse me. I don't think putting this lithium battery in is going to make any difference. Positives there, negatives there. Well, that was interesting. So, okay, the battery needs to be in for it to function as a clock by the looks of things, but that segment's still not working, and this one doesn't work at all. So, yeah, I'm really at a loss here as to where to go with this. Okay, so technically if I turn the power supply off, it should remember. Whoa, what the hell is that? Oh, well, I did remember. I'm not sure what that other thing there was at the start. So anyway, I don't really want to spend too much time on this. Just having another beer. I will at least figure out what I did here wrong. So I'll come back in a minute. Yep, just like my penis, that LED there was on backwards. Now that element is working. Let's turn the light out again. See? Now it says 1140 something. But yeah, I can't see what the problem with that display segment is, what the problem is. So yeah, it's a shame because it got broken. I don't really know. I mean, they wouldn't all be in backwards. Thou shall measure voltages. I'll show you in a minute what the problem was. It's just a simple bad solder joint, and it wasn't actually on the main display board. So now the minutes are working. Yay! Not even sure what the real time is. It's actually 12:34. There we go. That's what the real time is now. In the morning. That's so cool. Okay, so along here are the PMP transistors, the A, whatever they were now, the A733s. And it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, each one of these transistors is a separate, probably common driver for the display up here. Ooh. So, the first transistor would be driving this one, the second transistor is driving this one, the third transistor this one, and the fourth one, which was not working, driving this one. So I started measuring voltages coming out of these pins, and the one next to it, pin 3 here, or connection 3, had 4 volts on it. When I measured the voltage here, the green wire, which is pin 4, there was nothing. That comes directly off the collector of, well, this transistor here, which is the middle pin. So there was no voltage at that pin at all. It turns out that one of these resistors, which the resistor that was in between here and here, which is there, it was just a gaping hole. It wasn't actually joined. So it was not receiving, I guess, any biasing voltage for any voltage to be at the collector. So therefore, that fourth segment wasn't working. Because I actually just shorted pins 3 and 4 together, and lo and behold, I had the same digit on this display as I did on that one. So I knew that all these were working. There was just no voltage there. So, yes, now it is working as a clock. And I'm quite happy. So that's actually a successful project. And just a little bit of fault finding later, and didn't take me that long, about 10 minutes maybe. And it's now working. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I'm the Astro 30, and as always, if you like this video, please remember to rate, comment and subscribe below. And you can always follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links are in the description as usual. Anyways, this is the Astro 30 saying, see ya, have a great day, and I'm not your Darlington.